Chapter 1942. That's why she wanted to pretend to be pitiful and hope that Alex won't deduct her $10,000 for hard work. But she didn't expect him to be so generous. He would directly give her $100,000. Hearing this, Elaine immediately felt refreshed, and was also full of gratitude to Alex, and said hurriedly, "Hey, you are really a good son-in-law of your mother. With a son-in-law like you, mother has cultivated blessings for several lifetimes." Emma was secretly speechless when he heard this. The reason for the tongue is that she discovered that when her mother said this, her attitude was really sincere. It seemed that she was really from the bottom of her heart, rather than just saying two polite words. Alex didn't expect that $100,000 would be able to move Elaine into this, and he couldn't help but chuckle secretly, thinking, "I knew this superb mother-in-law, so I can send her away with such a small amount of money. I would not have to worry if I gave her some money." However, if you think about it, this matter is not that simple. In the past, Elaine controlled the family's financial power, not to mention, at least $2 million in his hands. At that time, if she was given more than $200,000, she would really not be able to send her. However, after being sacked by Lucy and spending a few days in the detention center, her starting point has been reduced a lot, and her appetite is not as great as before. Alex was also very straightforward. After talking here, he immediately transferred $100,000 to Elaine's card. When Elaine received the receipt message from the bank, she immediately beamed and said happily, "It's my son-in-law who loves me." At this time, the doctor just came in for the rounds. Emma hurriedly asked her, "Doctor, can I ask you, how is Mom's situation now?" The female doctor explained, "The patient is here mainly to recover and recuperate. This does take a while, and there is nothing else to pay attention to. You can let her under observation in the hospital, or you can take her home for recuperation." Emma said, "Mom, why don't we take you home for training, so that it will be convenient for us to take care of you? Besides, it will be the New Year soon, and staying in the hospital is too deserted." Elaine nodded again and again. "This hospital feels very bad. I don't want to wait for a minute. Anyway, my leg is not broken for the first time. I already have experience. I will wait until my bottle of fluid infusion is finished later. Just take me home." At the same time, in Oris Hill People's Hospital, Noah and Harold were forced to leave the ward because they could not pay the hospital fee. The father and son were lying on the mobile cart in the hospital, and Mrs. Richard and Olivia pushed them to the parking lot together. When they came, it was Olivia who drove the new Bentley bought at home. The Bentley is not an ambulance, and there is no way for them to lie down safely, so they can only find an ambulance to transport them. However, it costs money to find an ambulance. The family of 4 has no cash on them, and all bank cards and electronic payment accounts have been frozen. Now they are really penniless, and they don't know how to pay for the parking fee after driving out of the hospital. Just when they were at a loss, 2 middle-aged men stepped over and said, "Is it Mrs. Richard?" Mrs. Richard said in a hurry, "It's me. Who are you?" The other party said, "We are sent by Mr. Regner, for the sake of your family's pitifulness, arranged an ambulance for you to take the 4 of you back to the villa." Mrs. Richard breathed a sigh of relief and said gratefully, "That's great. Could you arrange an ambulance to take my son and my grandson back, and I will drive back together with my granddaughter." The other party waved his hand, "Sorry, you two have to take the ambulance back as well, because this Bentley was bought with our President Wales money, so he asked us to take the car back."